Hi, and welcome back to the channel. On this channel, we talk everything books, nursing, medicine, and university related. Well, today is actually Happy Black History Month. Not to say I care much. I think Black History Month is every month in the year. But for those who celebrate, Happy Black History Month. And we're going to kick off a book review with a Black written book. So for those who are watching me from like the Caribbean and the United States, you celebrate Black History, I think is in February. I can't remember. But here in Britain, I'm not sure if the rest of Europe, but in Britain we celebrate Black History Month in October, but I think it's February other places. Anyway, so we are kicking off this book review. Sorry, I just hit my camera. With a book from Caleb Azuma Nelson. Don't know if you've heard of this book. It's called Open Water, and it's a love story. Somebody said to me once, Camille, don't you do any love stories? So this is a love story. It is a modern day love story. It's not one of those like Harlequin romances or Mills and Boone romances that he sweeps the woman off her feet and all of this. This is a love story about two young Black people living in London. So I've written up a nice little review, but I'm getting old. I'm getting old and I can't see, so I need my glasses. I need my glasses. Let me reach for my glasses. I'm getting old and I can't see. So I'm going to put my glasses on. There you go, matches my top. Let's get it straight. So basically, it's not comfortable at all. Let me try. It's a new pair of glasses. I got it today. I went to pick it up from the shop today. But I don't know, I feel like it's a bit strange. Tell me what you think about my new glasses, actually. My son always says that glasses fit my face, so tell me what you think. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Caleb Azuma Nelson's Open Water. Open Water, I'm not sure where the name's from and how he came up with this name, because I couldn't figure out how the name correlates with the book. No idea. I don't know. He's Ghanaian, so I'm not sure if it's a Ghanaian thing. For all my Ghanaian watchers, I think I've got a few people who are from Ghana who watches this channel. Let me know. I don't know. I have no idea what it means. But Caleb Nelson is a British Ghanaian writer. He is originally a photographer and he's from Southeast London, where we've got a large Black community in Southeast London. And I think he's written, I think this is his first book. This is his debut. And he's been given, so if you see here on the book, you'll see there. So he was Waterstone exclusive edition, and it also included a short story called Pray. And for those who watch my channel, you know that I was gifted this book. I literally would not have gone into a bookshop and purchased this book. I'm happy that it was purchased for me because I got a chance to read it. But I'm going to tell you what I think about it anyway. But, you know, I'm glad that it was purchased for me. He was shortlisted for the Palm Photo Prize and the BBC National Short Story Prize in 2020. And he actually won the People's Choice with this debut novel. So it's an award-winning novel, nonetheless. What do I think? First and foremost, let me read the back of the book. So, two young people meet at a pub in Southeast London. Both are Black British. Both won scholarships to private schools where they struggle to belong. Both are now artists. He's a photographer and she's a dancer, trying to make their mark in a city that by turns celebrates and rejects them. Tentatively, tenderly, they fall in love. But two people who seem destined to be together can still be torn apart by fear and violence. Okay, let me address this. Now, I struggle, and what's Chimanga Ngozi said the same thing. I struggle to understand why Black British people, Black American people always write books about Black people and violence is included. Like, are they saying that's who we are, what we do? Are they saying that this is it? I mean, can't they write a book that has nothing to do with violence, that is just a love story? How is it possible that I can read a white author and this white author is able to tell a love story or tell any story without fear and violence? This is not who we are as Black people. Everything doesn't have to do with violence. Come on, can't we just be in love and tell a story about being in love? I struggle with that concept. Like, why is it that Western Black people, well, I'm a Western Black person myself, having said that, but why is it that Western Black people are so, I think it's the men, it's not the women, because when you read, I've read a few Black authors who are female and they're able to tell a story without violence. I think the men are not able to do so, and I don't understand it. Somebody needs to explain this to me in the comment section. Explain why it is that every time I read a Black male author, they're talking about how society is violent towards them. I just don't get it. Okay, let's talk about the book. That's my spew for the day. It's Black History Month for all who celebrates it. Okay, what do I think of the book? When I just started reading this book, I couldn't understand. I think he wrote in the first person, and I couldn't understand what he was saying. I had to read like the first few pages several times to get the concept. And I actually spoke about it to several people who, read it and thought the same thing. But after I got used to him writing like that, then I was able to work my brain around it. It's not a bad thing. So that's not a bad thing at all. It just is what it is. I would say that the book in general is well written. It's a good debut novel, and more of a novella because it's so small, but it's a good debut novel. And I think he thought about it. There's some parts of the book where the protagonist is going through police brutality and seeing somebody being shot, and I just couldn't correlate. I couldn't, it boggles my mind because I live in London and I can't say I've ever come across any of those things, but he spoke about it as if it's a normal part of being Black in Britain, but I'm here to say it's not. It's like he's saying it's a normal part of being a young Black Britain. I don't think so. There's places in the book where he explored the Black male sexuality, the Black male masculinity, talk about trauma, racism, and all these things, police brutality, as I said before, about feeling invisible to society. And I guess maybe he's talking from experience, but I've never felt any of those things. But I'm one person, of course. I've never felt any of those things. Now let's talk about the relationship he has in the book with the female protagonist. Can we call it protagonist? Yeah, let's do that. I felt it was very superficial. I felt it was didn't come together like a love story. I think there's more to a love story than boy meets girl. Boy can't keep his eyes off girl. Girl has a fit body. There's so much more to life than that. Oh my God. There's so much more to a love story. I felt like the story wasn't passionate enough. I feel that the passion in the book was more towards racism, police brutality, and those things, but not for the love story between these two young people. The journey that they take together was more of a political journey, was more of a race-related journey than it was a journey of love. I don't think it was a love journey. I struggle to see the love story, but it is a love story, but I struggle to see that. Um, I feel very much that you see where they became friends, where they started including each other in each other's friendship group, where, okay, let me just be blunt here. I think this is an issue with black males. The book takes home for me where the black male is writing this book from the perspective of a black male, and it's very much these people have known each other, going out on and off for a year, let's say, for a long time, but the black male is unable to say to this black woman that I want to be your man. I want you to be my woman. It's more of a you do your thing, I do my thing, and then we come together. That's what I'm getting from this book, which I don't see the falling in love. I only see friendship with sex. I don't see the falling in love. And I was really hoping, when I read the back of this book, I was really hoping that I would see the falling in love. I would see the journey of love. As I said, the journey was not about love. It was more about racism and stuff like that. And I'm tired of hearing about it. To be really honest with you, I'm tired of hearing about it. Now, I marked 2 places, but I read this book over such a long period, and I read this book a few months ago that I've marked 2 pages to read for you, but I can't actually remember. Okay, let's listen to this. This is supposed to be a couple. Let's listen to this. What? Are you okay? She asked. Where did you go? I'm good, you say. And you are, despite the fact the incident in Dublin a few days prior stayed with you, despite the fact that your concentration keeps drifting towards this memory and the path it could have gone down. Despite this, you're good in her presence, or at least you believe yourself to be. How is that love? So you are with your partner, you're creating this relationship and this friendship and this partnership, and all you're thinking about is racist things. It says a few days together have been spent doing nothing really, which is something. It's an intimacy in itself. It's not enough. It's not enough. Outside now, the ground is wet, but it has not rained. You both prefer the warmth, but you like the rain and its quiet noise. You spend your last day together trying to remain present. Okay. You spend your last day with the love of your life trying to remain present because you're thinking about racism and police brutality, and maybe I'm being judgmental. I don't know. Maybe I'm being judgmental. It says here, you're far away. She then commented that you're far away. Don't hide from me. So obviously the woman, the young lady in this book is picking up on the fact that this male is not present in this relationship. So that can't be a love story, can't be a relationship. It's a one-sided love story where the woman is in love and the man is in love with thinking about racism and violence and all this sort of stuff. Okay. Let's move on from that. Now we're going to talk about this. This is not an overstatement. You're dying. You young boys are dying. You kill your mothers in the process. The grief makes them tired. The effort makes them tired. This living is precarious. So once again, he's talking about, so somebody died and he's talking about how young black boys are dying. That's not a love story. Let's talk about stars. How many stars out of 10? Out of 10, I think I would give 7 because it's well written. Once you get around to, I think it's a third person, it's written in a third person. Once you get around to that and you work your brain around that, it's okay to read. It's a good book. talking about political things that I'm not interested in. I don't want to hear about racism every day. I don't want to hear about violence against Black people every day. And I don't want to read a love story that's consistent of these things. I want a normal love story that talks about how two people meet each other, the journey they take to become a couple, and all of those lovely, fluffy things. So, 7 out of 10 because it's well written, and I can't speak from the Black male perspective, of course. So, well written book, Caleb Nelson. Yeah, that's all I have to say. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you like my review. I think I got a little bit passionate there, but thanks for watching. And for those who celebrate Black History Month, happy Black History Month. And leave a comment down below if you've read this book. If you've read this book, leave a comment down below. I'm quite interested to see what you think about it. So if you've read the book, do leave a comment. If you haven't read the book, tell me if you'd read the book based on my commentary. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.